Go.
All
right, ready?
Ready, Freddy.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Last time on Incredible Critics.
I have a little bit of a challenge for people, our listeners, our faithful Incredibles. Go up, sign up for the free trial of YouTube Red. It's like a week trial, plenty of time.
Half of the people listening already decided not to.
No, listen, it's a free trial. What does it matter? It's not going to hurt anybody. Some of us have 30 seconds in our day, Ben, to sign up for a free trial or something.
Hey guys, sign up for YouTube Red.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
No, really,
No!
sign up, please.
No!
We are the Incredible Critics. Incredible, not because we're great, but because our credibility should seriously be questioned. I am Ben Franco. This week we are going to be talking about some show cancellations and renewals and some early reactions to Solo, a Star Wars story. But first, joining me this week, again, just Frankie Fusco.
Hey, Ben, I think we need our own theme song for when it's just me and you. So I don't know if you can get working on that, but I was thinking, like, you remember, you ever watch The Simpsons? Because I don't know if, that's something you would watch, but The Simpsons, do you remember Itchy and Scratchy? Like, so I was thinking, it's the Benny and Frankie show. Right? Yeah, it's going to be great.
I mean, I can just take that.
Throw that into music. All right, yeah, that's fine.
I know just that.
Can you auto-tune it a little bit?
I could try to auto-tune it a little bit.
Yeah. That might be good.
Throw in a little IMT Pain.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was such a great app. Ahead of its time.
Was it though? Are you sure that's how you want to describe it?
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. Frankie, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if anybody listening cares, but 8 years ago was when we were in Ecuador.
It was. That's when me and Ben fell in love.
That is not the case.
Not true?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Positive.
We also won our first Unsung Hero Award at the Valley Forge University ESPYs.
Yeah.
For our video cast crew.
I think I threw that out.
You better not have thrown that out. That's an awesome award.
I don't think I mean, I don't know where it is, and I'm throwing it out.
You're kind of a jerk. Wow. I hope. Well, it lives on in memory in all my photos.
Interesting story. My church is actually going back to Cuenca and working at Unción this fall.
What? That's awesome. Thanks for the invite, Ben. I don't want to go.
I mean, you can go. I'm sure I could still get you signed up, but I couldn't go, so unfortunately.
Oh, well, then I don't want to go then.
Yeah, but you can go. That's fine.
No, it's fine. If you're not going, I'm not going.
It was so cool.
Package deal. It was really awesome. Such a cool city.
It's a very cool city.
Very cool. It's one of those cool things you can say in front of other people when they're talking about places they've been. Like, oh, I've been to Ecuador. And they're like, what? Who goes to Ecuador?
Cuenca, Ecuador.
Yep. Biggest regret about that trip? Surprisingly, not eating 2 desserts every day. But when I was looking to buy a suit, and we went to that store next to our hotel that made suits from scratch.
Yeah.
And I didn't buy one.
Yeah, but to be fair, it wouldn't fit right now anyway.
No, I'm pretty much just as fat now as I was then. It wouldn't have fit in between now and then.
It would have been baggy for the last 10 years, but now it would have fit nice and snug.
Only 7 years, yeah, but it would have been good.
Whatever, 7. Oh, man. Well, let's get into it. First, real quick, Star Wars, or Solo, a Star Wars story, rather. Finally, the embargo on initial reaction has been lifted. So what happens is when the film critics can go see a movie, they're embargoed from talking about it until a certain date, and then they can release like 1 or 2 tweets. I don't know what it is. A certain number of characters they can release about it, and then a full embargo lifts. Usually when the movie actually comes out or like right before. So the social media embargo was lifted on Solo, a Star Wars story, and a lot of the initial worry over the film seems to be going away. So Solo had some directors, I forget their names. I want to say like Phil Lord and Chris Miller. They were the initial directors. They decided to leave. Them and Solo had irreconcilable differences, and so they parted ways, and Ron Howard took over. So that causes a lot of drama behind the scenes, and so people were really worried about the film. That appears to be not the case. Everybody seems to find it enjoyable. I think it's kind of living up to the fact that people are having really, really low expectations going into this film.
And I'm hoping that's what helps me go forward with it, is the fact that I have such low expectations that I'm going to love it.
Right.
I mean, Donald Glover's in it, Amelia Clarke.
And apparently he steals the show, which is not surprising that the childish Gambino, as you found out last week, would steal a show like that.
I'm sure he steals it. It's very interesting that he's able to do that and, juggle 10 other things going on in his incredibly famous career right now. Between that, writing and directing Atlanta and starring in it, and writing a rap album, and also starring in a Star Wars movie. I mean, really, it doesn't get much better than that. I've almost done all of those things too. I never did a show called Atlanta, but I've wrote a rap album, and I've been in a Star Wars movie.
Having heard Frankie's rap album, I can confirm that it is life-changing. I'll let you take from that what you will. And Frankie, you were working on that show called Phoenixville, where you would talk about the life and inner workings of a college student in a small suburban PA town.
That's true. Very true.
It's almost like Atlanta.
Almost like Atlanta. But not as culturally crazy and
interesting.
Not as much money. Yeah, not as
so yeah, Star Wars or Solo. I always want to start off by saying Star Wars. They throw me off by calling it a Star Wars story at the end. But Solo, a Star Wars story, comes out next Thursday, May 25th. So yeah, we'll be reviewing that, I'm sure. Are you going opening weekend, I'm assuming?
You know what? It's gonna be rough. I'm gonna have to go Thursday. I have to figure it out. I don't know, because we go down away to Atlanta. Actually, funny enough, we go to Atlanta on Memorial Day weekends. So we'll be spending the whole weekend down there. So I'm not sure what the game plan is, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see it opening weekend. It's the Star Wars film.
We'll see it in 2022.
Well, when it comes to Netflix,
right? Okay.
No, I'm gonna try. I'm sure Tim's gonna go see it, so at least one of us will see it by then.
I'll do my hardest to see it before the next episode. I have to see it before the episode, so Tim and I can talk about it and do the awesome thing where Ben disappears for a little bit.
Yeah,
and no one has to listen to his voice.
See, I'm the best, man. I did it.
Next, we are going to be talking about there was like this bloodbath late last week.
When it rains, it pours, man.
Where
it's an onslaught of cancellations.
Yeah, so many TV shows got canceled. So I'm just gonna
and some renewed.
Well, we'll get to that. I'm just gonna go through the list. So Alex Inc. Literally don't know what that is. Deception. Oh, these are on ABC. Deception, The Crossing, Kevin Probably Saves the World, The Mayor, Marvel's Inhumans, 10 Days in the Valley, Designated Survivor, and Quantico. Then on NBC, Taken, Great News, The Brave, and Rise. On CBS, Scorpion. And on Fox, The Last Man on Earth, The Mick, The Exorcist, and Lucifer. And then lastly, on the CW, Life Sentence and Valor.
Also not on that list, but was added Sunday night was the Kevin Smith show. Kevin Can Wait. Kevin.
Oh,
Oh crap! Why am I drawing a blank on it?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm talking about though, right?
No. The Kevin Smith show?
Oh, not Kevin Smith. Kevin James.
Oh, isn't that? Oh yeah, Kevin Can Wait.
Kevin Can Wait. Yeah. I was right. Just
Yeah.
got the wrong Kevin.
Kevin James. Yeah, that's why I was
Wrong
confused. I was
fat
like,
Kevin.
his comic book?
Comic Man. No, surprisingly, Comic Man still doing amazing.
Well, it's such a low budget.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so about these, real quick, I wish we had some kind of It's a Good Day song playing, because finally the horrible show known as Quantico is over.
Yeah.
The worst show that I watched during those 2 months while I was rehabbing, stuck in bed from my ACL surgery, that I couldn't even finish it. I watched like the first season, I think, and didn't even want to try the second season because the first season was so bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. But it was sad because the cast was pretty amazing. Really good actors and actresses in the show, and it just was so poorly written and so unbelievable that it was such a waste of space. I'm so happy that it's gone.
Yeah, it started out with like such a decent premise, but it just like the whole first season, it's just like so much more of the same.
I'm pretty sure we all called Marvels and Humans
From the first episode.
That
It was
not
so
doing
bad.
that well.
Yeah.
Alex Inc. I'm actually really upset about. It was a TV show with Zach Braff. It just started like a month ago, or maybe a month and a half ago. So it's only like 7 episodes in. Essentially, it's about this guy who used to work for NPR, and they don't say it's not NPR in a TV show.
Oh,
he quit
wait, that's
his
the one
career
with
as a
Zach
producer.
Braff.
Yeah, like I just said, Zach Braff.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah, of course you weren't. So Zach Braff stars as the guy Alex Schumer, who is actually based on a guy named Alex Bloomberg's life, and he worked for NPR as a producer and decided he didn't want to do it anymore. He was like in his late 30s, and podcasting was just becoming a thing. And he's like, you know what? I want to start my own podcasting company. And he is now was the owner and creator of Gimlet Media, which is a huge podcasting production company. Shout out Gimlet Media. You want us under your production.
That's
and
not gonna happen.
They do like 12 million downloads a month or something crazy like that. Like,
yeah,
they're
super
huge. Successful company, and he knew nothing about podcasting, nothing about the medium, and had no plans, never ran his own company, and just kind of started it out of his house. And his first podcast and his first podcast was essentially him narrating his autobiography of like what was going on every week of him trying to start this company from scratch.
But let's be real, Zach Braff plays the same character and everything, so it was pretty much Scrubs as a podcast.
Yeah, it has a sense of humor in it, but it was a little nicer. It's a nice little family show.
Yeah,
it was good. I really liked it. I'm really sad that it's gone, but back from being sad that something's gone. Oh, and Kevin Possibly Saves the World was a funny show too. Sad that's gone too. But
I literally didn't watch any of these shows.
Yeah, I know you didn't. That's why I'm talking about them.
Yeah.
I figured you have no clue. Moving on from that, have you ever heard of the show on CBS, the only show on CBS that was canceled, called Scorpion?
I had heard of it because I would see previews. Their logo was like supposed to represent like HTML code. So I always had a little respect for them for that.
Gotcha. But we'll lose that respect because this show was 1,000 times worse than, and you know how I feel about CBS. It was 1,000 times worse than Quantico. Let me play you a little clip. This is a trailer from one of their episodes, and this trailer was for an episode in season 3. So this nonsense went on for 3 seasons, Ben. People were paid to make this TV show, and yet we don't have jobs in Hollywood. So go ahead, let me play this clip for you.
What's harder than stopping a nuclear disaster?
If there's a collapse in here,
cooling system goes boom. Stopping it with your mother.
Keep her away from me.
So, Thanksgiving plans?
Get the rig going faster. I owe them some money. You're gonna get us killed.
New Scorpion, CBS next Monday, 10/9 Central.
That's the premise for an episode, Ben. Have to stop a nuclear bomb while your mom is visiting you at your job.
Yeah. That's
Here we go. Thank God this crap is off the airwaves. My only thing that upsets me is that this is shooting out into space, and light years from now, someone alien race is gonna watch it and be like, "This is what they produced on this planet. Let's kill them." On that note,
wait, they weren't watching Batman v Superman, were they?
On that note, speaking of CBS, I have to do something that I don't ever like to do, but I have to tell you that, Ben, you were right. I was wrong.
I literally don't know about what, but I just I always assume that.
Young Sheldon was renewed, and I thought it would only last one season and thought it would be a horrible show, but it's doing very, very well. And I've actually watched a few episodes, and why I would never, watch it every single week. If it's on and I can't find the remote, I'll leave it on.
So it's not bad.
It's not horrible. I still don't really like the main kid. I think he's kind of annoying, but the rest of the cast is pretty good.
Okay.
And then going to Fox, Last Man on Earth. We talked about that actually last week. I don't know if we did it on the podcast or off the podcast, but hated that show. Glad it's gone.
I didn't hate the show. I hate the title.
Well, because it's not true. It's only true for the first two episodes.
Not even the whole way through the first episode. Like, it's just, if your pilot doesn't even stand up to the name of the episode, or like to the name of the show, it just really bugged me. But it was actually, I thought it was a pretty funny show.
So it was funny. The reason I disliked it was, and it was well made and it has a great cast. I disliked it because the main character plays a very similar character to Michael Scott in the sense where like you get embarrassed for him and it makes it hard to watch. And like I couldn't deal, but like way more because Michael Scott had some redeeming qualities. This guy had none.
Yeah.
And like it just made it incredibly hard for to watch me, and I couldn't do it after like 3 or 4 episodes.
He was the least interesting part of the show, in my opinion.
Right. I agree. And then the Mick, it was a funny show, but it pretty much had the girl from It's Always Sunny in Philly.
Yeah, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia light.
Yeah, exactly. And it was pretty much the same thing every single episode, so I couldn't imagine going how much longer. And surprisingly enough, I haven't seen the other next, The Exorcist, Lucifer, Life Sentence, or Valor, but they all sound
Lucifer is such a stupid premise for a TV show.
I heard it's like a Supernatural type ripoff.
It's so bad. I'm loading up the IMDb because every time I would see, it was on since 2015. Every time I would see a promo for it, I would get angry because it's just, I can't believe it's a TV show. All right, here's the premise. Lucifer Morningstar has decided he's had enough of being the dutiful servant in hell and decides to spend some time on Earth to better understand humanity. He settles in Los Angeles, the city of angels. And like,
I see what they did there.
He like kind of becomes like a detective, like it's a procedural. It's just real dumb.
Yeah, that's weird.
And they make a bunch of Satan jokes, like puns and stupid. Even the poster, the tagline, "It's good to be bad." Like that is the laziest. Oh my gosh,
laziest writing ever. No, I have to agree with you on that one. And then taking the TV show on NBC. Come on.
Yeah, man. Who knew that was going to be bad?
But yeah, on the other side though, you have shows like Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which was renewed. So
yeah, I'm off that bandwagon though.
Understand how that worked because I don't really even think that's a great show. I watch it because I'm invested in it and I like the characters, but I'll be the first to admit it's not a good show.
You know, here's where I think I am with everything. I have superhero fatigue. We've had enough. We need a break. I don't need 3 Marvel movies in a year. And yeah, it's a TV show and multiple TV shows and then spin-offs of TV shows. And I'm done.
No, I completely understand what you're saying.
And it's not that it's bad. I'm just
right.
I've had enough ice cream. I don't want any more.
No,
I've had 5 gallons.
Listen, I totally understand what you're saying.
I
You're
mean,
wrong. You're wrong,
unless
but I
unless
understand
Christopher
why
Nolan
you're
wants
saying
to
what you're saying.
direct one.
Right, of course. If Christopher Nolan directed one, it'd be amazing.
Right.
Everything I just said to you in the last couple minutes was a complete lie, and I hope you don't judge me for that. No, there can never be enough superheroes, but they need to do things the right way. And unfortunately, DC has done a great job at their TV shows and a horrible job at their movies, and Marvel has done a horrible job with their TV shows and a great job with their movies. Not sure where the fall off is, but they need to, figure it out because these Marvel shows end up sucking.
There need to be more superhero shows like Legion, where it's actually different and interesting to watch.
Yeah, actually, Legion is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Also,
like coming right off of the chopping block, Brooklyn Nine-Nine was canceled, and then by Fox, and then 24 hours later picked up by NBC. So that was a little weird to me at first, but what I found out was that the production company that produces Brooklyn Nine-Nine is actually owned by Universal. So NBC Universal technically had the rights and was like getting paid for the show airing on Fox, which I don't know how all that works from a technical or business level, but because Fox decided to drop the show, NBC could pick it back up, and they decided to. So it's coming back for another season.
It's a pretty great show. It's really funny. It was one of those shows that when it first came out, I had no clue that it was going to stick more than a season, and I didn't think it was going to be great. I thought it was going to be a stupid, like, people from SNL make a TV show and it doesn't last, but it's a really funny show with great characters and good acting. So
it's just a show I've never gotten into for no reason. It's there, and I just don't.
You should. The only issue I have with it is I really enjoy shows that you can watch and don't necessarily like. Big Bang does a great job, and the reason why it's successful, I think, or one of the reasons, is because you can watch Big Bang in any order. I mean, there's a small storyline that goes from episode to episode throughout the season, but
barely.
It's not. You can watch any episode and still enjoy it and not be confused at all. Brooklyn Nine-Nine does that, but not as well. It definitely has more of a storyline throughout the season than other comedy shows, half-an-hour comedy shows. So it's my only gripe with it. But it's a really funny show. You just have to watch it in order that it comes out. But you can watch it anytime. It's not like I wait till the end of the season and binge it.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, just like I said, no reason. Just haven't
and then we talked about Kevin Can Wait being canceled, which is awesome because when they killed off the wife for no good reason at the end of the first season and brought Leah Remini in to be the new wife in the second
she wasn't
season.
really the new wife though. She was just
female
lead. Yeah.
So but that was garbage, and I think the rest of the country agreed, and that's why it did horrible for the second season. But Last Man Standing coming back on Fox, actually. So Fox dropped one good show and picked up another one that was all right.
Was it though?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I did like the show. I did like the show, but it wasn't great.
It's not even mediocre.
No, it's definitely over mediocre. How much did you watch of it? No?
Like 3 episodes. And then I was like, this is not funny.
My only issue with it was I hate shows that replace characters and don't give you and just replace them with a new actor after a season. I'm cool with a pilot being different. Like when you replace it. So they replaced the oldest daughter at the end in the start of season 2.
Okay.
With a new actress. And I was like, and I like the new actress better, but I was kind of like, what? That annoyed me for ever.
That's contract negotiations, man.
They went on to do 5 more seasons, so they have 6 seasons, and now season 7 will be starting in the fall of 2008 on Fox.
I don't understand how that show has 7 seasons.
I don't know. People made a big gripe about why it was canceled because of Tim Allen's political views, and he was able to. Enough people cared enough to say they wanted to see it, and so a show they'll pick it up. I have a feeling it'll be canceled again.
Yeah, quickly,
but
very quickly. Well, anyway, that is our show for this week. Next week we'll hopefully have more to do. Hopefully something to review. I don't know. We'll find something. But let us know what shows you are excited got picked back up, and what shows you're excited got canceled. Frankie, where can people connect with us?
You guys can follow us on Twitter at 3criticspod. Like us on Facebook, get all of our updates and polls at facebook.com/incrediblecritics. And please go on to iTunes, hit the subscribe button, leave us a rating. That helps us get out to the public and more people.
Also, find us on YouTube. We always send out the link on Facebook. So subscribe to our channel and you'll get our episodes a little sooner and raw. Until next week, we are the Incredible Critics.
Stop the hammering. Stop the hammering out there. Who's got a hammer? Where is it? Where's the hammer? Is it on the, go up on the other floor. Somebody go up there and stop the hammering.
What, who's hammering? Did they ever find out?
I'm sure they did. It's a good one to watch if you haven't.
Yeah, look at these shows that were renewed. American Housewife, Blackish, Child Support. I don't know what that is. For the People, never heard of it. Fresh Off the Boat, great show. Goldberg's great show. The Good Doctor, heard that was pretty good. Grey's Anatomy is in like, and I have a hard
17th season, I think.
It's like, yeah, at least 27. I'm pretty sure the main character's dead because they've killed everybody off of it. I always tell people that if that show was in real life and that much drama happened in a hospital where that many people died and natural disasters and people shouted up, they'd close the hospital.
Oh, for sure. 14 seasons, I think, or this is the 15th. It's been on since 2005. It's been on since we were in high school.
That's crazy.
That is
so many
crazy.
shows renewed. All of the DC shows though: Arrow, Black Lightning, DC's Legends of Tomorrow,
Yeah.
DC's Legends of. Here's what I think.
All of them are subpar.
Anyone who was that's not true. They're amazing. Any TV show that was canceled, they need to look at DC's Legend of Tomorrow and be like, that show apparently is better than mine, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
All of those shows need to look at Legion and be better.
Well, that's the comic book shows. Yeah, I was just talking about all shows in general.
Well, all shows in general need to be better.
Yeah, look at this. All the NCIS is renewed. God, that's horrible.
It's because they're easy to watch.
They're not easy to watch.
Well, no,
I'm
they're
pretty sure.
Like Big Bang Theory, you can just jump in at any point.
We're going to take an IQ test and watch an episode. This should be an episode we do. We take an IQ test before watching an episode of NCIS. Then we watch an episode of NCIS, take another IQ test, and see what happens.
Yeah. All right.